Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We have tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty everybody, it looks like we are live. The time is after 5, it's actually 20 past 8 where I'm in the UK. Welcome to Satoshi TV, aka Bitcoin is VTV, aka It's Just Bitcoin. Shout out to Arcade Rob joining me in the chat box. So let's just jump straight into today's goss. Never a dull moment in crypto, and if you think there is, what on earth are you thinking? Are you living under a rock? There is so much stuff going on. First thing to report on, thought this was really funny. The tweet here was, so anyone else understood the meaning behind the Tether symbol? Look at that. Brilliant. Brilliant. I do enjoy the humour in this space. Very good, very good. Quite enjoyed that one. So yeah, loads of shit going on in the world today, you know, with this government cracking down and all that. I do enjoy getting involved in all of it. But anyway, actually the Bitcoin stuff needs to go on to Bitcoin International these days. Checking out all the Bitcoin stuff on here. Loads of people reporting what's going on. So Tether did another print today. Look, 11 hours ago. You know, they're desperate to hang on to the rise of Bitcoin, BSV. So basically, they've purposely encouraged trading to make the price of BTC unstable, so it's unusable. But now they're trying to pump the price. But because there's loads of traders in the market, the traders are just bringing the price back down. So they're basically trying to string it out, because the only way you can destroy Bitcoin is through the block reward. If there are not enough transactions on chain, when the block reward continues to get cut in half. So to them, it's all about timing, and they're getting desperate. And as we saw, CoffeeZilla has done a YouTube video. Check it out on Tether, and it looks like there are nefarious sources protecting Tether, and these sources have power over and above the New York Attorney General. There is some shady shit going on, some seriously shady shit going on. But yeah, other than that, let's somebody sent me, let's go back to my profile here. Thank you, Matt Savage, for sending this through to me. I did enjoy this, thought this was quite funny. Yeah, check it out. This is the first article I want to look at today just because it's an absolute joke. This was... I think I've got this in tweets. Let's go to my profile. Brought on by Cobra Bitcoin. Desperately throwing his get out of jail card. Really, but I mean, it's never going to work. Here we go. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Excuse me. Further down here. Oh, check this out while we're on the... yeah, why not? While we're on it, let's talk about this. Naomi Brockwell has said here, I love Bitcoin, but I won't cheer a monetary system enforced through threat of violence. President's legal counsel says here, every business that refuses to accept Chivo wallet... is that after the president's name? Chivo wallet and refuses to do BTC transactions will be charged with breaches of law. There will be repercussions. I mean, this is absolutely outrageous. They're trying to enforce Bitcoin on or BTC on people, and BTC doesn't work. I mean, it costs an absolute fortune. Well, like on average, sort of 50 cents per transaction, as we've seen. But I mean, that's a lot of money when you're not earning a lot. So I said here, and a threat of violence can only come from a centralized power, just like Blockstream have over BTC. Clownface. You know, I mean, these shitcoiners just like haven't figured it out yet. You know, crazy. So, let's see where it was. I think it was this one, yeah. Cobra Bitcoin. Oh, seriously? Has he blocked me? No, there he goes. So this is the article that we're about to look at. So it said here the white paper case just got a lot more interesting. A new person claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto has applied to the court to undo my default judgment. Rather than dismiss it outright, the court seems interested and has fixed a hearing to hear the appeal. Thanks, Satoshi. And let's crack on with this article then. Dear oh dear. So another self-proclaimed Satoshi appears in high-profile Bitcoin lawsuit. Dear oh dear. So a new filing has been submitted to the ongoing Kleiman versus Wright case, stemming from a man who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto. What a fool. The man named Debo Jurgen Etienne Guido has sent handwritten testimony to the Southern District of Florida courthouse, asserting that he is the genuine and only originator / creator of the Genesis block that started the Bitcoin network in 2009. While Satoshi appears in Kleiman Wright lawsuit, the high-profile $1 billion lawsuit continues this week as an interesting file was submitted to the court on July 22nd. The lawsuit involves the family of the now-deceased Dave Kleiman, his multi-year business relationship with self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor Craig Wright. The Kleimans have accused Wright of manipulating David's Bitcoin inheritance and a vast amount of intellectual property. Florida court case, Kleiman versus Wright, revolves around an alleged trust that purportedly holds 1 million BTC. Actually, it's 1,100,111 to be precise. However, on July 11th, news.bitcoin.com reported on the Kleiman's estate witness, Dr. Matthew Edman, a cryptography expert who found a slew of discrepancies within a Wright's submitted evidence like document modification and other backdated materials. Following the testimony from Edman on Monday, July 22nd, another filing was submitted to the court which adds a new twist. They're just delaying. They're just trying to delay the time, that's all it is. So that's a picture of this goon. Debo Jurgen Etienne Guido claims he is Satoshi Nakamoto in a letter sent to the Florida courthouse. Debo also alleges that Craig Wright's claims are debunked. He's just digging himself a hole. Absolutely insane. According to the filing, Debo Jurgen Etienne Guido, a man who resides in Belgium, has sent a written testimony to Judge Bruce Reinhardt claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto. Debo's handwritten letter contends that he was the inventor of Bitcoin technology, the originator who initiated the Genesis block, author of the white paper, and owner of the gmx.com email handle, the letter states. What an absolute load of crap. I mean, I can say this with authority. Like, I saw CSW's 2009 tax records submitted to the Australian Tax Office. There is no one else in the world that could possibly have that many Bitcoin at that time and understand the true value of them. No one. Absolutely no way. you know. And then also, just for lols, we have got this. Remember this classic one? Check it out. Look at that. Peter McCormack says Craig Wright submitted a crazy amount of evidence that he's Satoshi in my lawsuit. What's your point? Oh god! I mean, it's an absolute. I mean, it's just hilarious, right? So it's written here. I hereby testify by written letter I am the genuine and only originator and creator of the Genesis block. He's deleted of the Bitcoin blockchain. I use the handle Satoshi Nakamoto and email Satoshi in at gmx.com to write and publish the white paper. Whatever, mate. So pretty good privacy key. Trust signed by an inner circle and distributed with early versions of Bitcoin. What? And that's the letter he submitted, is it? Oh, I could write a letter like that myself. Debo also states that he generated the PGP key, whatever it is, and he claims the key was trust signed by an inner circle of people. The self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor has been telling the public he is Satoshi for quite some time now. Debo has used a Twitter account called A Real Satoshi N since 2015. For instance, before Debo's letter was filed in court on July 4, 2019, he tweeted that his PGP key was trust signed by Hal Finney, Gavin Andresen, Peter Todd, and Vladimir van der Laan. Following Debo's statement on Twitter, Bitcoin Core developer Vladimir van der Laan joined on Debo's Twitter thread and spoke about the key. He quotes here, "There are no known messages signed by that key, but it was distributed along with early Bitcoin, so it could be Satoshi's real key, but mind the uncertainty." Vladimir van der Laan said, responding to Debo's key statement, "My signing was a mistake about how GPG, Web of Trust, is supposed to work at the time, and I revoked it later." BTC's lead maintainer detailed... So as the key was revoked on May 2nd, 2016, the same day that Gavin Andresen told the community that he witnessed proof from Craig Wright in London. Again, you know, core developers revoked Andresen's comment access to the Corecoin project as well. Shocking, look at that, revoked. Searching the PGPK database on the MIT servers shows that Debo's key was tethered to the email address satoshi@gmx.com and other emails with Satoshi in them. There are two specific dates that are associated with the key, which include October 30th, 2008 and Jan 3rd, 2009. Those two dates represent the day before the white paper was published online on Halloween 2008 and the birth of the Genesis block on Jan 3rd. Like Vladimir van der Laan said in his tweet, the MIT server shows he did revoke the PGP key on May 2nd, 2016, as the key was coincidentally revoked the same day Gavin Andresen was removed as a core maintainer. Contacting Climbers lawyers and Debo's opposition to signing with the Genesis block. If this guy really was Satoshi Nakamoto, he could have proved it ages ago. He could have done all the things that they want CSW to do. He could have just done it, but he didn't. Debo's letter to the Florida courthouse and Judge Reinhart emphasizes that he never had any contact with David Kleiman. The letter also insists that Craig Wright has no private key of my known PGP key on the Genesis block. The man has no clue how the Genesis block is composed, as he did not mine the blocks assigned to the so-called whale wallet, Debo's letter asserts. What a load of crap. An alleged private conversation on Twitter between Debo and Climbers attorney, Val Friedman. So when I sign with the Genesis block, then I have to prepare to move to a safe place, and you know it. Again, just blagging. So before the letter was sent to the courthouse, Debo showed everyone on Twitter that he was sending the letter, and he also showed that he was sending private messages to the Kleiman attorney, Val Friedman. I have a strong feeling Mr. Kleiman is set up in a Nigerian scam. I would like you to talk in full honesty with your client to confirm they really are sure, Debo wrote to the lawyer. The private message added. I mean, so again, this could go two ways. So basically, he's saying that he's Satoshi Nakamoto, so Craig isn't, and then well, Kleiman would lose, but then Cobra was just, he's not Satoshi Nakamoto, therefore I win. I mean, it's just it just depends which party is doing this. I mean, it's an absolute joke shop, but I mean, that's what keeps everybody entertained. I love this space. I have to say, I'm almost like addicted to the shenanigans that goes on. So, quote here, confirm that Kleiman really did talk with the real Satoshi Nakamoto. There were 2 Visto mail, so email accounts in place, Satoshi N and Satoshi. Beware of that. I use Satoshi N at gmx.com. Using the Patriot Act, I suggest you ask for a full backup in Germany, and you will notice the communication with Harold Finney is signed, sometimes encrypted with my own PGP key or subkey I do own. There is no way that Craig Wright has access to my private PGP key. Oh, plot thickens. In another private message, a screenshot with Friedman, the attorney responds to Dabo's message. Mr. Dabo, if you would sign a message with the Genesis block to me, it would really assist my case. Dabo's response to Friedman's request indicated that the Belgium native is not willing to show his so-called proof until he is ready. Dabo explained that when he signs the Genesis block, he will then have to prepare to move to a safe place, which is something he's not ready to do, because he hasn't got the money. He asked the lawyer why Friedman is asking him to sign when he should be asking Craig Wright. He should and could explain how he composed the Genesis block. He could sign with my PGP key, asked Wright, why he created fake RSA keys not signed by Gavin, Vladimir, Peter Todd, and how Finney and uploaded the keys to the MIT PGP servers with forged dates. The Belgian notary office registration and Dabo's plans for the Whale wallet. Then there's the Quora website where Dabo goes into great detail regarding his story, and he explains that he registered the Bitcoin PDF white paper before the date of the publication on the internet at a Belgium notary office. This has legal consequences to prove authorship and copyright, since copyright is granted at creation, not at registration. But registration can be useful to prove the date of creation. Dabo claimed on June 13th, 2019. That's what he claimed on June 13th, 2019. There isn't much information on the web concerning the Bitcoin PDF registration at in Belgium, but Dabo does have an invention registered in 1998 for a scanner that digitizes the human fingerprint. On the Quora webpage, Dabo declared, "I'm the only man in the world who knows how the Genesis block is made and composed. So far, much speculation surrounds my identity. In fact, my identity is not that important because the project is decentralized and open source." What a load of crap. Dorian Nakamoto was a victim of speculation, but was quickly denied after I posted a message, "I'm not Dorian." Later on, Dr. Wright did try and still does to impersonate me, but the man has no single private key and no access to my Whale wallet. Yeah, alright, mate, whatever. So I guess that's Belgium. This filed patent seems to be a digitized fingerprint scanner registered. Who cares? What? Dabo went on to claim that he mined with Hal Finney, the very first blocks in production, and kept insisting that he owns a Whale wallet that is considerably large. He said there is a purpose for the Whale wallet and promised it would not affect the project itself and the markets. Dabo assured that 93% of the Whale wallet's resources will be used for innovation and improvement in general of humankind. The Whale wallet likely refers to the theory cryptocurrency enthusiasts held over years, which assumes Satoshi Nakamoto mined 700,000 to 1 million BTC. According to Dabo, he plans to keep about 7% of those funds for his own benefit. Dabo also detailed that because he lives in Belgium, it is why he chose to use the German email service GMX at the time. He claimed that in Belgium he was also taught in school to write using a double space after periods, and because he spent 5 years in the army, he often wrote in plural form. There is no data stemming from the Florida court that shows whether Dabo's letter will be used against Wright, but it was filed with the court on Monday. Dabo's story is hard to believe for a variety of reasons. One of them is the fact that he's been very open about the alleged involvement with the creation of Bitcoin for a while now. Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that also Dave Kleiman set up the trust, the Tulip Trust, with other trustees of the trust, and the keys to the Tulip Trust were also returned to Craig Wright on Tulip Tuesday, January 15th, 2020. So let's forget all of that, shall we? He tweets often about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin-related headlines while using an awful lot of hashtags per tweet. Dabo's current writing and English skills are not similar to Satoshi's style, shown in many letters, oh dear, and emails the creator wrote in early days. And funnily enough, CSW's style is exactly the same as Satoshi Nakamoto's in emails and letters in early days. Besides the PGP key, which doesn't show much conclusive evidence, Dabo's story lacks a lot of proof and resembles the Bitcoin origins. Story told by Phil Wilson, otherwise known as Scrotney. Still, the July 22nd filing indicates that the Florida court and the judges presiding over the Kleiman Wright case seem to believe the letters should be filed for a reason that's currently unknown. Watch this space, people. Watch this space. Great fun. Great fun. Yeah. Never a dull moment. Oh my goodness me. Alright then, let's see what we've got in terms of news coming out here in CoinGeek. SEC charges BitConnect founder with $2 billion scam as promoter pleads guilty. Oh, I wonder if they've actually caught the promoter. Alright, let's get into this then. So the US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has filed new charges against the founder and promoters of BitConnect, one of the digital currency industry's largest scams to date. BitConnect founder Satish Kubhani and the exchange's led US promoter Glenn Acaro are facing charges in connection with their alleged roles in defrauding over $2 billion from thousands of investors. BitConnect was a Ponzi scheme founded in 2016, which reportedly lured investors with promises of exorbitantly high returns. Kumabani led the team that promised investors the company would utilize its proprietary volatility software trading bot to trade their money and make on average 40% in returns. On its website, the now defunct exchange claimed that it guaranteed 1% in daily returns or 3,700% annually. However, authorities said BitConnect executives siphoned the investor funds and used them for their own benefits and paid off early investors with new investors' money. Classic Ponzi scheme. We allege that these defendants stole billions of dollars from retail investors around the world by exploiting their interest in digital assets. So this is exactly what's going to happen with Ponzi schemes and pieces of shit. If you are buying something that has no value, you are literally handing your money over to somebody, selling you snake oil, and you're left with nothing when it vanishes because it has no value. That's why you need to have to look at fundamental value. Does this do anything? Is it truly decentralized? Is it a security? Does anybody have centralized control over this thing? Yeah, that's why you need the 5 pillars of decentralization that I've outlined many times, and the neutral growth of the network. Like literally, all these Ponzi schemes, all they do is dollar worship. Every single one is just simply about creating a bubble, getting enough hype in the market, getting more people to hand over their money, and then when they've got enough, boom, the bubble pops, and all that's happened is dollars being transferred from one dirty dollar worshipper to another dirty dollar worshipper. That is literally it, because you've got nothing for your money, nothing. We will aggressively pursue and hold accountable. And again, holding accountable, exactly, chain of signatures. Those who engage in misconduct in the digital asset space. Laura Shalov Mehebran, an Associate Regional Director of SEC's New York Regional Office, said. Authorities identified Kubhani, 36, an Indian national whose whereabouts are currently unknown, as the brains behind the scam. 36, this is quite a while ago now. Acaro, on the other hand, was the lead promoter of the scam in the United States, investors said. According to the SEC charges, Acaro undertook the promotion through his company, Future Money, which he incorporated in Hong Kong. The SEC claims that he received more than $24 million in referrals, commission, and developing funds. Oof. Akara has pleaded guilty to fraud charges in connection with his role in BitConnect, the US Department of Justice announced. His sentencing is set for November 15th, 2021. In total, BitConnect is alleged to have made off with 325,000 BTC from thousands of investors. This BTC was worth $2 billion at the time, but at today's price is worth more than $15 billion. $15 billion. Whoa. Well, you know, the price is 15 billion. It's not worth 15 billion unless you cash it out into dollar, which will tank the market quite considerably. Or you convert it into BSV. So they might be thinking that they're sitting pretty, but you know, really, it's worth jack shit. It's worth naff all. This is the latest action against the BitConnect scam leaders and promoters by the SEC. As CoinGeek reported a week ago, the watchdog entered a $3.7 million and 190 BTC, which were the $8.9 million settlement with two promoters. So I think those two promoters were Trayvon James and I can't remember the other guy, but God, it seems like a long time ago now. But it's only because time flies when you're having so much fun in the Bitcoin space. So what's this? Gary Gensler talks digital currency regulation with the EU and Europeans call for member states' rules. Binance regulatory walls getting higher. Exchange halts Singapore products as South Africa issues fresh warning. But I mean, you know, Binance is not going to exist after 29th of October. That's next month. They're just going to string it out until then. One of the biggest rug pulls in history. And gone. You know, out the door. Why onboarding is not a problem? Oh, alright. Let's see what's going on here then. Joshua Hensley. In the fall of 2018, Moneybutton founder Ryan X. Charles famously called out the onboarding problem of digital currency, stating that it is quite difficult for one to obtain coins in case they want to participate in the economy. In this article, I will explain why I think onboarding is not a big issue and why creating useful applications establishes the incentive structures to bypass this problem completely. Since Ryan made this video before the BCH BSV fork, again, it wasn't a fork, but you know, purchasing BSV has somehow become more difficult in the nearly 3 years since then. Coinbase refuses to list BSV, and many digital currency exchanges delisted BSV while continuing to make it difficult to purchase it due to the continuous, conveniently timed attacks on the network. I believe that many BSV users believe that if ever Coinbase lists BSV, then that will solve the onboarding problem. The following tweet sums up how short-sighted that viewpoint is. Yeah, absolutely. Question isn't whether BSV is on Coinbase, is whether Coinbase is on BSV. Absolutely, yeah, too right. There is no need to depend on the legacy financial system to bootstrap something that depreciates it. Bitcoin at scale obliterates the need for the current credit card infrastructure, which Satoshi alluded to in the introduction of the white paper. I wrote more about this here. Several services have emerged that allow the purchase of BSV with a credit card, and quite frankly, they're all terrible. Furthermore, they did nothing to spur the adoption of BSV. This fact should be quite apparent as the network currently has the biggest blocks with the most transactions, despite trading being disabled on the exchanges that do not support it during that time. With all these DeFi applications popping up on other chains, and as ERC20 tokens somehow these users obtain these tokens without the necessary on-ramps. That's because tokens are just on Ethereum. These tokens get enough adoption to justify that sought after Coinbase listing in the end. Well, yeah, but yeah, they've got Ethereum. You just swap Ethereum for these tokens. They're absolute pieces of garbage. Additionally, the fees on most of the chains are absurdly high, which does not seem to negatively impact the demand. It's because people are just hodling. It's insane. Ponzi all the way. If the application has enough demand, the free market will solve the onboarding problem without the need for legacy financial systems to bail them out, even in the poorest communities. In the above video, in a community program formed named Axie University to allow people to bypass the high prices and fees to onboard to a game named Axie Infinity because of the vibrant ecosystem and opportunity to make money. Despite the high fees and prices, organic demand for goods and services proved to tear down supposed walled on-ramps. BSV is just starting to see the applications emerge with Crypto Fights and Showbuzz, the two primary applications responsible for the recent surge of activity. Crypto Fights is still in beta, with caps on how far you can progress in the game, and the maximum bet on a match being only 65 cents. The demand for a Metacoin appears to have tapered off a bit as the price of the token has had a pullback, as uploading the same dog picture repeatedly is probably not sustainable activity. BSV is just now getting started with these types of opportunities without these high fees and scalability issues. What type of demand will we see when comparable applications are built? I look forward to those demand spikes occurring while Coinbase and other exchanges continue to refuse to list and delist BSV. Absolutely, we know what's coming. Just hold on to your hats. Like seriously, it's gonna go nuts. It's not a case of if, it's a case of when. And when is anybody's guess, because there's so many shenanigans going on in the space. But it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be real exciting. Let's see what else there is. 30 minutes. Oh, there was so much stuff I wanted to get through. This one looked funny. We'll just do this last of all. Check it out. So this is by Chris Jones on our favourite shitcoin magazine. How the Bitcoin model can solve the social media dilemma. Well, again, I bet they're going to be basically sort of outlining Twitch here. Decentralized social media platform built on the Bitcoin model puts privacy first in its new messenger that can send crypto. Oh, what is this crap? Social media platforms are consistently under fire for the lack of total end-to-end encryption, existing privacy policies and censorship, but a blockchain-based solution might spell the end to an era of centralized social media dominance. In many ways, the social media is a virtual component of daily life for both business and the average consumer. Today, these platforms connect individuals with their desired type of content based on their own inputs. This streamlined feed being served to users, leading them to the businesses waiting at the end, should be the perfect scenario. However, when it comes to distributing the rewards, the results are often incredibly skewed. Algorithms consistently change to create new sources of revenue for the platform while disenfranchising users. Moreover, building these algorithms involves collecting mass amounts of data from individual users. Often this can be just as invasive as it is effective. Meanwhile, a complete right to freedom of speech is absent in most centralized platforms, of which all these other blockchains are centralized platforms. By merely referring to the fine print in its terms of use, platforms can opt to police and censor comments from users. The most crucial aspect of all is perhaps the need for encryption on platforms. Again, Twitch has got all of this. Although most major social messaging platforms claim to have end-to-end encryption in place, they often require users to connect with a phone number. This compromises a user's right to complete privacy. And again, you can get your own wallet on Twitch. Social platforms, these inherent problems come down to the fact that social media is by and large centralized, just like all these other shitcoin blockchains are. However, a blockchain run by equal nodes, oh dear it is, sounds like a fail already, just like any decentralized cryptocurrency could fix this. They're not decentralized cryptocurrencies. It's so deluded. The Bitcoin model, the decentralized social media platform built on Bitcoin model, would put the end user back in charge of ensuring their right to privacy and eliminating these obstacles, just like on Twitch. Aside from the obvious benefits of economic decentralization, where equal value is shared between nodes, holders and creators, a blockchain-based solution could even enhance usability, just like on Twitch. Essentially, users can log in with their private keys and immediately pull in all the personalized settings from the blockchain. Users can then post content, vote for its quality, promote it and subscribe to creators, just like on Twitch. The Bearston network, recently rebranded from PocketNet, is one such decentralized social network modeled on Bitcoin. However, although its code base is loosely derived from Bitcoin, Bearston uses a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm that is completely centralized. Oh my god. Creators of content are typically pseudonymous users identified by their public keys and information they choose to reveal about themselves. Meanwhile, nodes maintain the blockchain and respond to RPC socket calls from the front end. Only if they perform these services will they be rewarded. Oh dear. Oh, they're so going down the wrong path. Encryption and direct crypto transfers. Bayesian recently released a decentralized peer-to-peer encrypted messenger, just like they have on Twitch. A private messenger that is not connected to a user's phone number, just like on Twitch. The blockchain provides a ledger that allows for an exchange of encryption keys to establish secure anonymous channels. In this way, all one-to-one conversations have end-to-end encryption by default, and so too do any images sent or received through the chat. Yeah, but it doesn't change. It doesn't take away from the fact that it's a centralized network that is built on. This is so ridiculous. Unlike Twitch, that is actually built on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's like a fascia to it. As an added layer of privacy, message history is only stored for 7 days. That's crap. Users will also be able to directly transfer the platform's native crypto pockets, native crypto token, pocket coin. So that's the scam through the platform. In order to obtain Pocket Coin, users trade up to 19 crypto tokens, including BTC, ETH, Doge, oh my god, on several exchanges. Bayesian's so again, it's encouraging shitcoining. Absolutely ridiculous. Bayesian's interface isn't limited to one particular geography either. The platform is available in a plethora of different languages such as English, German, Mandarin, Korean, French, and Russian. According to Bayesian, virtually all of the power and wealth in the current internet landscape is concentrated in the hands of a few. The decentralized social network aims to solve this by bringing the foundations of Bitcoin to the world of internet platforms. That's bollocks. That's another lie. Quote here, users keep jumping into centralized apps and then those platforms betray them once they become big. Bitcoin provides a blueprint for all decentralized apps, and Bayesian is really the Bitcoin of social networks, said the project's founder Daniel Sachkov. Oh dear. Bayesian Messenger is available at bayesian.com as an Android app and desktop app. You can do all of it on Twitch, and Twitch is on the only truly decentralized network, which is the genuine Bitcoin protocol, BSV. Dear oh dear. Let's see what else there is quickly. Yeah, all about price and all that kind of crap. And bitch news. What's this? Moody's, credit agency Moody's looks to hire crypto analyst. Strong understanding of DeFi important. Yeah, but we all know from the 2008 financial crisis that Moody's, they just simply it's a rating agency's bucket shop. You know, they're just selling ratings. It's outrageous. Now they want to go into DeFi so they can rate that. I wouldn't trust Moody. I wouldn't even touch Moody's with a barge pole. It shows they're absolutely clueless. Absolutely clueless. You know, this space is outrageous. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I like being in BSV, because it's kind of like, you know, people have found their way here, which requires intelligence. You know, and when you're around intelligent people, they make your life more fun because they're not stupid and they don't come up with stupid ideas. You know, they come up with good ideas that work, like Bitcoin. Yes, indeed. All right, cool stuff. So shout out to Arcade Rob, Keith Foley's in the chat box as well, Elvis Coolcat. So boys, put your handles and paymails in the chat box. It's time for dinging of the dong. While you're doing that, we'll just have a quick look at figures while we're here. You know, just because you've got to see what's going on. You've got to see what's going on. Oh, look at this. So Bitcoin, $195. $195. Any big blocks coming through? 191. 476. Nice. Let's have a look. Look at that. Let's see how far we are in front of Coolcoin. Could be nice when we're like 400 gigabytes in front, wouldn't it? Oh, we're close. 392. Come on. And let's have a quick look at the price, shall we? Oh, we'll do a BSV versus BTC. Come on. Let's see how the big dogs are fighting it out. Here we go. Bitcoin versus Coolcoin. Bring it on. Come on, let's see it. Oh, Battle Royale. Alright, let's bring up CoinGecko just quickly. Here we go. CoinGecko. Actually, so 192. And let's look at a live coin watch. Here we go. Should be the same. Yeah, 192. All right. Performing. Well, look at that. Performing well on the month. Over 30 days. Woohoo! Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, and that is genuine demand. That's genuine demand. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, tell you what then. We'll have this chart up while we're doing Dinging of the Dawn. Here we go. Nice. JPAP's in the house as well. Excellent. Here we go. Alright. Oh, I should have just have enough battery left on my phone to do this. Here we go. So, doing the ones from the arcade Rob. That is a Pike. There we go. Got it. Swiping to send. Duro on the way. Got it. That's the first one done. I can see orange kick in there as well. Here we go. Oh, and you got it. Swiping to send on the way. Elvis Kukat, I can see you in my contacts. Here we go. Sending. Come on, phone. You can do this. That's it. Elvis Kukat, got it. Swiping to send on the way. And JPaps, here we go. On the way to you. JP, got it. JPaps. Swiping to send. And Keith Fellows, of course, back in the house. BIG, got it. Swiping to send on the way. There we go. I think that's everyone that's in the chat box. Yeah, nice one. All right, peeps, there we go. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Never a dull moment in crypto. So, as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.